Hello, and welcome to HTM on the Line. I'm your host, Bryant Hawkins Sr. This podcast is for HTM by HTM. The episode this week is bringing awareness to some of the adversities HTM professionals face every day in the industry. HTM professionals, how will you handle adversities? Will they be roadblocks or springboards? Will adversity turn your focus from getting better to getting bitter? Or will you see adversity-laced setbacks as true gifts and growth accelerators that provide the opportunity to believe in yourself, revitalize your commitment to what you want to achieve, and reassesses what you are willing to sacrifice to make it happen? There are several adversities or challenges HTM professionals face daily, but I will just focus on 5 of them for this episode. What are the adversities? Number 1, coordinating service schedules for equipment. Keeping track with service requirements for high-end medical equipment can be an overwhelming task, especially if the HTM engineer has to maintain equipment across multiple facilities, which can also be in multiple cities or states. Some reasons why this task is challenging. Number 1, the OEM often differ widely in their servicing recommendations. The end users are often reluctant to turn over the equipment when servicing is required. 3, you have the equipment that require servicing and PMs more frequent than others do. The second adversity, obtaining OEM support when problems arise. Now let's be honest. Equipment will always fail at the most inopportune times. We may have some HTM engineers who have the experience to diagnose, troubleshoot, and even repair the equipment on the spot. Other engineers may lack experience because of the lack of familiarity with key pieces of equipment. In this case, the engineer must contact the manufacturer for support. This is where adversity for the HTM professional comes into play, especially in the following situations. The equipment has been manufactured in China or another country in a different time zone. The equipment was created by a manufacturer that is no longer in business. And I think in 2022, this is probably being experienced by all engineers. The manufacturer are unresponsive or slow to respond to urgent requests for technical support. The third adversity, locate parts to repair failing equipment. Securing replacement parts for failing equipment is a challenge that faces all biomedical engineers. But this adversity is at a higher level for countries outside the United States that have a lack of financial resources. This makes getting access to replacement parts very difficult. Plus, the age of the equipment they house is decades old, which is challenging. Fourth adversity, segregating accessories for different equipment makes and model. The day-to-day for an HTM engineer would be so simple if manufacturers were to design products that would allow the use of universal accessories. Now, we all know that is a pipe dream. Unfortunately, many manufacturers design equipment that would only accept proprietary accessories. Because of this, HTM engineers must maintain a segregated inventory of accessories and parts for every style of equipment. Now, here's a few examples of segregating accessories. Many infusion pumps will only accept tubing sets made by a specific manufacturer. Some monitors require dual lumen blood pressure cuffs while others can only accept single lumen cuffs. Some anesthesia machines are built with a select-detect mounting system for vaporizers, while others are built with an auto exclusion style. I can go on and on, but you get the point. The fifth adversity: convincing clinical staff and stakeholders that equipment should be replaced. Now, convincing clinical staff and the stakeholders the equipment should be replaced is very difficult unless the cost to repair a piece of equipment exceed the cost of replacing the equipment. Most cases, HTM engineers must try to convince budget-conscious stakeholders that a piece of equipment is no longer safe, effective, or functional. This is the other side. Hospitals do not have the budget to replace equipment. So HTM engineers must shoulder the burden sourcing parts that are nearly impossible to find. There is the adversity we must deal with. Hospitals are struggling with this question. Is it cheaper in the long run to repair a device or replace it? You have many facilities trying to come up with standards. Key word here is trying. Now, we have discussed 5 adversities: coordinating service schedules for equipment, obtaining OEM support when problems arise, locate parts to repair failing equipment, segregating accessories for different equipment makes and models, and convincing clinical staff and stakeholders that equipment should be replaced. Now, how can a hospital or healthcare system address the adversities HTM engineers are experiencing? One way is streamline medical equipment and technology throughout the hospital systems. If a hospital system or hospital can purchase medical equipment manufactured by the same company, this will address the first 4 adversities I just mentioned. Purchasing equipment from a small group of key manufacturers will make easier and faster HTM engineers to schedule service, secure replacement parts, and obtain technical support. And if it's a few manufacturers the hospital use, if it will be a smaller group for the HTM engineers to collaborate with. They can also establish solid relationships with tech support specialists affiliated with those manufacturers. Another way the hospitals can address the adversities HTM engineers are experiencing: seek the services of a professional refurbishing company. Now, this strategy is especially helpful for hospital HTM engineers outside the United States who have repaired and to restore medical equipment that was manufactured years ago. For example, HTM engineers in South Africa, Asia, and Africa are turning to companies that offer refurbished medical equipment to obtain parts and support that are desperately needed to maintain aging equipment. Refurbishing companies can also assist HTM engineers in saving money for hospitals by offering a trade-in allowance on used equipment that is no longer needed. Third way, enlist the support of an equipment maintenance partner. Now, the best way to organize medical equipment is to seek the guidance of a professional medical equipment planner. If you are a healthcare system or a hospital and you have a third party or ISO taking care of your medical equipment, you have a professional medical equipment planning partner already established. Utilize the expertise of your organization partner when it comes to capital purchases. I have seen the approach to adversity play out in many ways throughout my career in HTM. Unfortunately, the most common response to adversity is to try and make it go away. The reality is that when you take away adversity, you also take away one of the most important ingredients to greatness. Now, here are 7 key ways you can reframe adversity as a close friend rather than a fierce enemy. Number 1, build character. Overcoming adversity is a character building. It shapes us into who we are and who we will become. It creates the confidence to overcome and the learning mechanisms to deal with the things that don't go our way. Creates resilience. Learning to deal with and address adversity is what creates resilience. Every challenge we face and navigate strengthens our will, confidence, and our ability to conquer future obstacles. Learn from discomfort. Regardless of how sharp, clever, or talented we are, we will encounter struggles, challenges, difficulties, and at times, heart-wrenching moments. Is this to be avoided? Adversity resounding? No. In times of adversity, we learn the most from the discomfort and rethink what's required to be successful. Draw out our true strengths. Adversity has the effect of drawing out our strengths and qualities that would have laid dormant without it. Accept it. Accept that adversity is inevitable. It is a part of life. To avoid it or resist it will only make it come back in bigger ways. Better yet, see it and embrace it as a true gift on the road to getting better. Build external resources. Adversity helps us find a buddy. You will be surprised how often someone will have had a similar experience and can help guide you through a difficult time. We succeed because of it. Make no mistake now. We don't succeed in spite of our challenges. We succeed because of them. There is something powerful about adversity that has the ability to imprint in our memory, shaping our character and molding our behavior for the future. Once you can get your head around why adversity can be a force for good, you will be better able to embrace challenges and grow from overcoming them. The impact on your people and your organization can be enormous. So start that mindset shift today. Here's a famous quote: "Ships don't sink because of the water around them. Ships sink because of the water that gets in them." Next time you are faced with an adversity, will you let the water sink your ship, or will you let the water carry you to new destinations? That's it for this week's podcast. Please share this podcast on all your social media outlets so we can continue to grow awareness to healthcare technology management and hopefully increase the draw to join the industry we all love so dearly. Until next time, be safe out there.